Hello again everyone, my name is James Shotwell, this is the Music Biz channel, and today we're going to talk about TikTok. I know some of you are still resisting the urge to join, but if you have, you've probably been wondering, how do I get ahead? Well, this video is for you. Let's cut right to the chase. You know what TikTok is. It's one of the most popular social media platforms on the planet where people share short videos with one another. And it's great. It's a great time waster. It's a great time suck. It's a great way to discover new music, to discover things you love, things you hate. It's just fantastic. And it has a ton of users. There are over 1 billion downloads of TikTok worldwide, and the app itself has hundreds of millions of monthly active users. In fact, here in the United States, like 1 in 3 people look at TikTok every single day, and the vast majority spend more than an hour on the app every single month, which is really saying something when you consider that the average view time of a TikTok video is about 7 seconds. Now, TikTok, just like every other social media platform, is run by a series of advanced algorithms that are always trying to figure out what people want, what people hate, and what will get people to spend more time on the application. And in the past, we've done several videos here on the channel about how you can succeed on TikTok. And some of those things still matter, some of them maybe not so much anymore, but today I want to give you some advice on what is absolutely working on TikTok in 2022. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand about TikTok is how its algorithm works. Now, TikTok is a little bit different than some of the other platforms. So when a new user creates a video on TikTok, it seeds that content to a small pool of people. Some of them are that person's followers, some of them are absolute strangers. And as that content gets out there, it looks at how that content is being received. Are people swiping right past it? Are they liking it? Are they engaging with it? Depending on a variety of factors, TikTok will then seed that content further. Now, how much further is dependent on how that first group of people does. Now, TikTok doesn't necessarily just throw content away if it doesn't perform immediately. It still tries to figure out who it belongs to. That's why sometimes you'll get serviced a video that was posted a week or 2 weeks ago. TikTok takes a lot of time to figure out what people want to watch on its algorithm. But the important thing here is knowing that just because your content doesn't take off the second that you post it, it doesn't mean that it won't find its audience. Sometimes it takes time. Quality always matters most, and patience is right up there in second place. Now, if you've spent any time on TikTok, you probably have a pretty good idea of what works. People love autobiographical posts, for example. I love it when a musician is giving me a voiceover that's telling me about their career, what they're working on, what they've done, where they've been, where they're going, and why I should care about their music. That is like the best way to sell yourself to me, is just to tell me about yourself and what you're doing. Behind the scenes footage works really well. Clips for music videos seems to work pretty well. Original content, obviously hugely successful. And if you want to kind of game the system, some of the most popular tricks to do that is by using hashtags, especially those that don't have millions and millions of views attached to them just yet, or by going to the popular sounds section of TikTok and using a popular sound on your video. And I know what you're thinking, James, I'm a musician. I don't want to use somebody else's song on my video. Well, that's okay, but it's kind of how TikTok works sometimes. So if you want to use the trending sound trick, here's how it works. You choose one of the trending sounds, you put it on your video, and then you take the volume of that trending sound and you turn it all the way down till it's basically inaudible. That way the sound is attached to your video. Anyone looking at that sound can possibly find your video, but we're not necessarily going to hear the new Kid Laroi single while you're trying to tell me about your upcoming tour. But I wanted to make this video to move beyond that basic stuff, because if you want to know something about TikTok growth, we already have a video about that covers all the basic tips for what you need to know. You know, having profile pictures, creating X amount of videos per week, making sure that there's a variety of content, making sure you use trending sounds, trending hashtags, make sure that you're following any trends that are emerging on the platform, duetting with people, stitching with people, so on and so forth. All those things work. All those things, you know, just using an app is a good way to start getting noticed on there. But when it comes to getting the kind of attention that artists want, which is that big, once in a lifetime kind of moment, which we see happen on TikTok more than any other platform. I mean, can you really tell me the last time you were on Twitter and you discovered a musician who then became the biggest thing in the world because of solely their Twitter account, or Instagram, or Facebook? That doesn't really happen in those places, at least not anymore. But on TikTok, it seems like every few months we're getting a new massive star because of this platform. So I'm going to give you a few examples of what's been working as of late. Now, one of my favorite moves has been the fake suggestion. So let me give you the best example of this that you'll likely to find. Now, if you're a fan of pop music, you've likely heard of Gayle. She's a 17, 18-year-old singer-songwriter who has this catchy song called ABCDEFU. It's a song about a breakup. It has a giant chorus, and it was written on TikTok, but not really. What happened is that somebody from Gayle's label commented on a post she made asking for song ideas. And they commented, what if you wrote a breakup song using the alphabet? Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, Gayle has this song, and then the label releases it, and then it becomes a #1 #1 hit and she goes on tour. That's like the dream circumstance. And it doesn't always happen that way, because if you remember also last year, there was a pop punk band that popped up on the scene that everyone realized was an industry plant in a way, that they were faking their authenticity and they just kind of chased them out of the scene. So if you go that route of the fake comment or the fake suggestion, it's risky, but it could work. Moving right along, if you're an artist that has a good sense of humor, you don't take yourself or your music all that seriously, mashups are like strangely successful in getting people a ton of followers and a ton of attention for their original music. I spoke with a group just a couple of weeks ago. Now, I know that trends change very quickly on TikTok, but there was a time in November and December where like every other video on the app had this bing bong sound in it that everyone was loving, and Joe Byron and all those little catchphrases. Well, a number of musicians from basically every genre have found ways to take those sound bites and mash them up into their own music. Sometimes it's a mashup where they've replaced their own lyrics with a bing bong, or the music is replaced with bing bong. Or maybe it's a breakdown in a hardcore song, and where the big call out should be, now it says Joe Byron. And it's using these popular sounds and these familiar sounds to pull people into an original idea and hopefully get them to stick around for a few extra clicks. And you can do the same thing. If you hear a trending sound that maybe aligns with one of your songs, or you hear something that just you can tie it into what you're doing, don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to be silly, because at the end of the day, TikTok is an app for entertainment. That's the only reason anybody opens it. They just want to be less bored in their life. So if you can create something that cures that boredom, even for 7 seconds at a time, you might be able to win a new fan, but creativity matters. And honestly, the one that I have to tell you about, my absolute favorite TikTok that I've seen recently in terms of making somebody care about your music, was perhaps the most honest video that I've seen in a long time. I'm gonna play it for you in a second, but let me set it up. There's a young man and his girlfriend, they're sitting in their apartment, and he's going to play his acoustic guitar and play a song about how much he appreciates his girlfriend because she's amazing and she supports his dreams of becoming a musician, and how he spent all of his money to make this new song that he hopes people listen to. And then, when you think that the song is the song he's playing, he transitions the video into the actual track itself, and he and his girlfriend dance in celebration. I'm gonna play it for you right here.
This is Danny. She has a big butt. She's also my wife and a big YouTuber, and she loves me so much I don't even understand. My name is Emin, and I'm fat, and I also don't have a job, but for some reason she believes in me, and I don't know why. I wrote the song, and I released it, and I couldn't have done it without her financial support, and I want to show her that people like it too. But it's not the song you're listening to, it's this one, and I'm gonna play it in a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's called I Hope You're Happy, and it's on Spotify.
I guess that we're done, oh yeah, we're through. I've been selling skateboards, but he's building rockets to the moon. Oh, I wish I was playing. He went to Notre Dame and I dropped out like a fool. He's so different, that's one sexy fucking dude. And I don't know what
Go
to
listen to
do.
it, it's on Spotify.
Yeah. So I'll sit here alone on my stupid broke boy throne. I hope you're happy. Don't think about me when you sit in bed at home, 'cause he left you all alone. I hope you're happy, 'cause you could have had me.
Guys, please go listen to it.
Pretty great, right? You're watching that and you're like, this is fun, this is cute, and then the song kicks in, and regardless of how you feel about it, you can see how much they love it, and that puts a smile on my face, and I bet it put a smile on yours as well. And you're wondering, okay, well that's cute, but what is actually happening in response to a video like this? Well, within 48 hours of that video going live, that song, which had previously had basically no plays, was the #1 viral song on the Spotify Viral 50 charts here in the United States, which means that it was getting tens of thousands of plays in a matter of 48 hours. His entire life was flipped upside down in a matter of less than a week. And I actually have a video that he posted as a follow-up to that first clip. Check it out.
I just woke up, it's like 10 in the morning. You guys blew the song up so much, it's #1 on the Viral 50. Guys, I've been dreaming of this since I've been in like 6th grade. Thank you, and go stream the song.
Sexy fucking dude, and I don't know what to do. Yeah. So I'll sit here alone on my stupid broke boy throne. I hope you're happy. Don't think about me when you sit 'cause he left you all alone. I hope you're happy, 'cause you could have had me.
Thank you.
So why make this video? Well, I get a lot of requests about TikTok. People don't know what to do with it, whether they should be on it or they shouldn't be on it. There are metal bands who do really well on it, and then there are other metal bands who have no idea what they're doing and they get nowhere and they waste a ton of time. The same thing goes for all genres of music, and the best advice I can ever give is just try it. You know, you don't know if your fans are there and that if they're going to react to what's happening in your music on that platform until you give it a try. Now, should you be spending hours upon hours on something that you're not sure about? I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, maybe just do a few test easy posts first before you really start committing a lot of time until you understand the value of the product. But if you do, there are 3 guaranteed ways right now to get attention on TikTok. One is to involve the audience in some way. Now, in the example I gave you with Gayle and ABCDEFU, yes, there was a fake response from her label and it was kind of a setup and a gimmick, but at the end of the day, the core idea of engaging with TikTok as a whole to ask them for help with your songwriting, that's a great idea, and it can get you a lot of engagement, which boosts your profile and makes TikTok seed that content even further. The second idea would be to borrow from an already popular trend or sound and insert it into your music. Now that might make you feel a little bit like Weird Al Yankovic at times, but it works. And the third, and this is true in TikTok, on all social media, in marketing in general, in songwriting and in life, authenticity. Authenticity is always going to get you far. If people can see that you're passionate about the thing that you're sharing with them, it is going to make them slightly more passionate about it. Even if they don't like the music, even if they don't understand the message, even if they are just sitting there wondering why they ever let you talk to them in the first place, a part of them is going to recognize how important it is to you, and that kind of thing can be infectious. It can make people care about things in a very special way. Just like that video I showed you a second ago, that guy and his girlfriend, you know, as soon as they start dancing in that room, I don't care what the song is, I want him to succeed because he's brought such joy into my life. So authenticity can go a long ways towards doing that. It's not about being woe is me. It's not about explaining all the traumas you've had or all the things that you have that make you better than somebody else. It's just about being real. It's about recognizing that the person on the other side holding onto that phone is a human being just like you, who's looking for a few minutes to escape whatever nonsense is going on in their day. And you are the person that the algorithm has chosen to do that. If you can deliver that escapism, you can make a fan, and I believe you can do that. Now, before I let you go, I do want to add a few quick things. First and foremost, we've been growing pretty quickly here lately, so if you haven't already introduced yourself, please go ahead and leave a comment below. Tell me what you're working on, tell me what you're up to, tell me what brought you to this channel. I would love to get you to know you. And if you're already from around here, you've been subscribed for a long time, thank you for your continuous support. We're trying to ramp up video production over here at MusicBiz, and your messages, your support, your comments, your emails, they do so much for us. So thank you again for that. Now, I'll be back very soon with another video talking about the music industry in one form or another. So until then, please take care of yourself because you deserve it.